Maximus Analysis here for September 15th, 2015, and we see we had a huge run up today regarding intraday movement. Daily is still choppy, but you have to give, I don't know, reason, because it's very hard to say who's going to win this battle with it going so sideways into FOMC for Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm really not sure. I don't know if it's going to continue for some upside and maybe potentially test this 2000 area. Or it's going to continue to break down. Right now, it's just been bipolar both days. And it's just real difficult to kind of say, okay, because you could say you're up and then, this day you thought it was full follow through and then they faded it. And then, you have this up day, they faded it. You have these 2 days and you say, okay, let me get a pullback. Maybe this would have been a healthy one. And then they faded it. So I'm not sure. And I at least want to just be quite honest with saying I'm not sure, because I don't want to be one of those guys that's someone that says I called it. I'm not sure right now, and I'm fine with being heavily in cash because I'm really not sure of what's going on. So hopefully this honest opinion is valued more than me trying to predict where it's going to go. The NQ again had a strong close, obviously, because of the names that were moving up heavily, which is I think it was Priceline, and Apple didn't really participate too much, but Priceline, Amazon, I think Netflix had a good little bounce early. So again, it's oversold on like an hourly time frame, but again, if it gaps up, it would be a good looking long for a little bit, but we'll get to that chart. So you see that going on here. We have the Dow futures. Again, you have them holding this line in the sand, but again, I don't know where they're going to go. This is from, it's just 2 weeks now that we've just been bouncing. So 2 weeks, you say, what's that, 7, 8 trading days? It's just been sideways. Intraday fine, daily, very, very difficult. And again, they could come easily to test this midpoint, but getting above this level clearly would be the good thing. And again, if it screams up, maybe you have to take a trade that you hold your nose and have to stop underneath here. But again, with the FOMC, just makes it like, just don't want to be heavily going in either way. IWM is basically giving, this kind of tidy little grind up. But again, a breakdown and a flag below this, testing these lows of about 1373 could be some short potential. But again, it's very hard to say what's going on, but you could see that there's still, the other ones were flat. This one is grinding higher. So again, they could resolve themselves one or two ways. They could pop up, give you a test a little down, and then shoot screaming up, or they can test down, give you a little pop down, and then scream going down. So excuse me, we'll see how that one plays out. Crude, excuse me, crude is still in this sideways way, and again, they're waiting for FOMC to be finished. So again, this was a horrible day. I actually got a little chopped up myself trading this crude chart, because again, negate this. This is pretty much what I was looking at, and it was just annoying as hell to trade in. Because you didn't really get much follow through for this entire day going in either direction. Again, you could say, oh, you should have shorted here, or should have shorted here. Well, all right, I get it. Hindsight is 20/20. So again, that's the easiest type of trading that you'll ever get. But on the daily time frame, we can see that we still have these. If they break below this support, they could continue to the downside. But on the other flip side is that if this is just, again, I would like for it to, if this is a low, I would love for it to just be like a huge volume low or something like that, versus just this kind of sideways. But again, if they break above this 4650 area, that could be good for a long to get potentially up to this level, or maybe even touch the 200-day moving average. So right now, because the volatility and things are coiling, we want to see how it is. But again, the bias has to be towards the bear side. But with these 3 huge thrust candles with a lot of volume, we don't want to be overly bearish setting this one up until we see support being broken. Okay, so again, we'll look at some high beta names. We have Apple. Apple didn't give much, but again, it's still grinding higher, so that's fine regarding that. You had Netflix. Again, this one looks okay. Again, if it breaks above this high, that's where we would say, okay, And I was more looking on a 60-minute time frame to say, okay, we're at about overbought territory. So let's see how the pullback comes, and if it how deep it gets into this retracement right here. So again, I was just looking more at the 60 for this one. Again, you see price line had a huge day up. I think it was up about 30 bucks or something like that for the day. Actually, it was up about 40 bucks. And then you had also Google had a big day today. But it kind of faded a little bit at the close. Again, we'll look and see. Looking at intraday, I wouldn't even say this is a faded at the close. It's just, again, it made such a monster move. Again, you want to. This is fine. This looks actually really good. And again, we would want to see a break above this high for some continuation to the upside. But again, you see that we have these areas to think about the 680 as resistance and see if they give a sell signal coming up. Again, if they break below these lows, then we'll look and see how that goes. Amazon, it's just sideways again. Facebook, continue to grind higher at the end of the day. So again, would I take the long here? No. Would I take the short here? It'd probably be a better one if I could get below this area right here, this 91 area. That would probably be an easier short take, because you can see that the volume has been dying down to the upside. So again, it's not if it's going to give you a sell signal, but how deep the sell signal is going to be. Things don't go straight up or straight down, and these things are looking a little tired, but again, you still have to respect what's going on, because the last sell signal, true sell signal we had was this one, and it gapped down, and then you got another one, and it continued up. This one actually probably would have caught you. Let's be realistic. Would have caught you if you went short at the break here with your stop above there. You would have just got stopped out. So we'll continue to look at that one and go from there. So again, I don't want to make this video too long. It's already long as it needs to be, just based on these indexes. So again, if you don't have to initiate a position, don't. I mean, you got this SPY looking healthy for now, but again, how high will it pop up, or if it, this stuff has been gapping up, coming down, and it's been all over the place. So again, let it clear this area first, and then you can kind of see if you get a trade or not. So we'll see what happens. Take care.